This week I wanted to make a quick video going over this new filter that I purchased off of eBay. It's called the Prinz Mirage 3R filter. I hope that I'm saying that right. I'm honestly not sure if it's Prinz or Preens or Prines. Who really knows? This is what the filter looks like though. And as you can notice, it's got three different sections of the glass, hence the 3R, because it creates three different images of the subject that you're shooting. And yeah, it's just really cool filter and not something that I have really seen many of. And luckily enough, this is actually a 49mm thread, so it fits on my Fujifilm X100V, and it just fits on like any other filter. So you just screw it on and then it's on there. So it does add, a little bit extra length onto the lens, but it's not something that I'm going to use all the time, so I'm not too worried about it. But it is really nice to actually have that because there's this bar that comes off and you're able to turn the filter. So if the effect isn't at the angle that you want it to be at, you can change that really simply by just turning this bar. So that's really nice, and it just looks really compact and clean. And I'm just really happy that I was able to actually get a 49mm filter, because most filter effect, what would you call them? Most filter effect filters, I don't know what I would actually call it, I suppose. But I've noticed that typically they are at like 77mm, and I don't want to use step-up rings when, this is pretty much the only camera I'm going to use these specific filters for. So finding a 49mm was awesome. I'll try to maybe link something below, but I really only found this one, and you might just be out of luck trying to find them. Maybe you'll just find one randomly, but I was really happy that I was able to come across this one on eBay. So I'm sure that you guys are kind of sick of all the talking head stuff. I think that my last 4 videos have all just been talking head. So me and Monique went up to Malibu over the weekend to test this filter out a little bit.
Oh, I forgot you were taking my video. Now you're taking another picture. We can start over if you want.
So I don't know about your guys' opinions, but I think that these images turned out really awesome. I'm really happy with how some of them turned out. Obviously, there isn't a huge sample size because I really only shot one night while we were on the beach. But, you know, these were the images that I made, and I'm actually really happy with some of them. After looking over some of the images a little bit more closely, I did notice some chromatic aberration that was pretty extreme in some areas, but honestly, it kind of adds a little bit more of a cool effect. So, you know, I just wanted to include that so that you guys were aware. But to be honest, it's not really a big deal in my opinion. It just kind of adds to the effect a little bit more. So I know that this isn't a filter that I'm going to use too regularly. I know that having, you know, 3 images kind of mirroring each other is going to get a little bit repetitive. But for $25, I thought that this was a pretty cool filter that I was able to find. And then I also know that there's also a 5R and a 6R filter. I'm sure that there are several others, but since these are so old, finding them is going to be a little bit more difficult. I think that night images are going to be really cool to do, and I'm really looking forward to using this at night, and you'll have to follow me over on Instagram to see if I end up doing that. But that is pretty much all I have to say about this filter. It's definitely a cool thing, has a cool effect, can probably get a little bit repetitive, but for the price, I'm really happy with this purchase, and I'm excited to use it a little bit more. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment down below. But with all that being said, go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next Tuesday.